All right, give it a second. There we go. So once again, welcome to Cardano Builders. We had a break last week, but we are back today for check-in number 19. We are current and future builders of Cardano, and we are here to inform one another, celebrate wins, keep each other accountable, and also provide support and actionable advice. We do that in a check-in format. So we usually share what we're working on with a 30 seconds or so pitch. Then we share what we have accomplished recently in said project, give an outlook on what's going to be next. And also, if you can, identify a specific task and ask what you need help with. As per default, treat the info as confidential. So for this recorded session here, which will be uploaded on YouTube, this does not necessarily apply, of course, but anything else, that doesn't get recorded and you do not want to be in the recording, treat it as confidential. If you hear something that you think would be worth sharing with somebody else, please ask for permission to share that said info. And that is that on my side. And why don't we hear today from Victor today? It's been a while, if you don't mind being recorded.
Yeah, sure. So I'm going to provide updates regarding LogSync in general. So my 30-second speech is at LogSync, we are building a set of platforms that are ultimately going to be an ecosystem of conflict resolution. We want to connect conflict resolution professionals with people seeking conflict resolution. And we started with mediation. We've launched mediators.ai as a B2C platform. And recently, in the last few months, we have changed our go-to-market strategy for a B2B business model. So our recent accomplishments, I would say, first one is that we finished the mediation course that we provided through Catalyst funding. We've received funding in Fund 9 to provide a mediation course to people from the ecosystem who were interested in learning about mediation and becoming mediators. So we finished the last session on December 3rd, the other Saturday, and now all the attendees that went through all the course have been introduced to our Discord server as and now are now part of our cohort of mediators. Also, we've been closing some open Catalyst proposals that we have already finished, but we hadn't submitted the closeout reports yet. So last week we were able to work on 3 of them. This week we might be able to close at least a couple more. And in the meanwhile, we are also building internal capacity, learning a little bit more about business in general, going through some mentoring sessions, and also making our products better, improving the code, improving the UX, UI. And as next steps, I would say that, again, we are still going to close out some more Catalyst proposals that we are working on. And we are looking for our first B2B customer. And this is also something that we might need help with. So in case, some business that care about the employees and want to have a happy working force and might accept external help on solving internal conflicts with a third party that's not influenced so much by as a company employee would be, please let us know. We are already in contact with some possible customers, but it's always good to talk to more possible customers, receive their feedback, and also hear what they would like to have as a service, as a product, because these also help us to develop our own business. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Victor, for the update. Any questions or comments for Victor?
Just curious, why you switch from retail to B2B? Just curious because, and yes, the reason I ask that is because usually during the ideation stage, the project tends to keep its eye on the targeted audience or the targeted customer. So marketing and solution are tailored to that. So to abruptly change it after you got product coming up, for me, at least as a business owner, will concern me. And that's all. Just curious.
Yeah, thanks. Good question. There were a few reasons, actually. I would say the first one is exactly because we don't have a large marketing budget, and B2C, we have to reach out to a lot of people. If we were to rely on organic growth, it would take a long time until we become sustainable. And with the budget that we received from Catalyst, which is not very large for this platform, we wouldn't be able to sustain ourselves until we become profitable. And with the B2B business model, with just one or maybe two customers, then we become sustainable, and we could even be able to invest on the marketing for the B2C platform. Besides this, there is a limitation that in the proposal that we submitted in Catalyst for this B2C platform, we proposed to do everything, all transactions in cryptocurrencies. Not all cryptocurrencies, but only ADA exclusively. Yeah. And this limits a lot the set of people that would be willing actually to use our platform, because people who knows and likes mediation is somehow a niche. It's not everyone that would be willing to do that. And if we want to find inside this niche people who are also willing to pay and receive payment with cryptocurrencies, then the set is even smaller. So it would be very, very challenging to reach out to them and to have let's say a good revenue for us as a company to be sustainable, as I said. So there are a few other reasons, but I would say these are the two main ones.
And do you have to change the product, the solution or services, or no?
Yeah, so this is a good thing, that the platform that we developed for B2C, it also works for B2B. It's not, it doesn't fit perfectly, but we would have to change it a bit, but we can use most of what's been developed, not necessarily the code itself, but the process of how to set up the meeting schedule, provide feedback, provide the tools to the conflict resolution professional. So all of this can be reused for the B2B business model.
Question. So let's say if I were to go out there and just to keep my ears open and my eyes open to potential customer for your platform, what will that B2B customer look like, or what kind of service will they be needing for me to say, hey, I got a referral. These guys providing exactly that service.
Yeah, so I guess the main feature of a possible customer to us would be someone who cares about the well-being of their workforce, like a good place to work in, because we know that one of the main reasons people leave companies and are not happy in their working places because of conflicts with colleagues, with bosses, managers, and something like that. And we don't believe or we don't think that we are able to change completely the culture of established business that doesn't care about their employees. What we want actually is to find the companies that really care about their working force and help them to become even happier while working for them. So we want to provide these services as B2B services to be used inside the companies to manage any kind of internal conflict that might exist, but also to provide these services as benefit to the employees to use in their personal lives. So in general, it would be a company that cares about their employees and wants to make them happier while working for them. So,
Nice.
for example, something that we've talked already. Someone who wouldn't be our customers probably is Elon Musk because of everything that we hear about him and how he manages the employees. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Great questions as well. Lucas, do you have any comments, questions?
No, my only comment is that I was one of the lucky awarded with one of this mediation courses, and I'm looking forward to practice a bit what I learned. So maybe not start with the heavy. It was really surprising how serious the cases are actually, because you always think about something that's not so serious as going to court or something, but yeah, it was really interesting, and I'm looking forward to be maybe co-mediating or some situations and gradually getting into it a bit more.
Great, thank you. And it was great having you, Lucas. And yeah, so as Victor was alluding to, right? So in our Catalyst proposals, not only do we have the mediation training actually, but the ongoing support of our mediators and also the trainees who did not receive the credential just yet because they missed a session here and there. For example, there's still obviously ongoing training and opportunities to become better peace builders as well. So yeah, thank you very much. I'll be stopping the recording right now, and then we can move on.